My name's Katie Mack.
And I'm Lisa Corker.
We are currently at Oshkosh in front of the IAC booth with these amazing Havilland, Canada DHC-1 Chipmunks.
This video is sponsored by Piper Aircraft. Piper's mission is to be a world leader in general aviation, developing and manufacturing premium aircraft and providing services of exceptional value which consistently exceed customers' expectations.
So they're a post-World War II training aircraft. They were created literally to get pilots into larger things with a lot more power. So the aircraft is purposely built to have a worse turning tendency than it should. The engine's purposely offset.
The engine is upside down. It is mounted upside down to make more clearance for the prop and to give a better view for the pilot. But it pulls the wrong way. So it pulls to the right. You need left rudder when you're applying power. And you need more than you should because it's trying to mimic something more powerful like a Harvard where you get much more pull. And so it's intentionally hard to fly, which I find amazing. I mean, after a while you get used to it and you adjust, but yeah, it's not built to be an easy to fly airplane. It is built to be a good flying airplane, but it is challenging on purpose.
It is not meant as a cross-country bird.
No.
It is meant for local airport training.
Yeah.
And for those in the crowd that don't know what a Harvard is, it's a T6. We call it a Harvard, you call it a Texan.
Yeah.
I like Harvard better. I'm just Canadian, I'm sorry.
It's a wonderful airplane. It's super fun to fly. It was an amazing experience. My first time flying myself into Osh, and I got to do it in a vintage warbird, so it was great.
First time landing at Oshkosh as well. So that was a bit surreal, turning final, realizing as I'm seeing like all the planes just appearing in the kind of in the distance through the smoke. I am about to land on the yellow dot in a yellow Chipmunk at Oshkosh on the 80th anniversary.
Yeah.
How did I end up here?
Yeah.
But yes, I'm so happy about it.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic.
Yeah, it is very special. On the 80th anniversary, there are a lot of events for Chipmunks going on this year, and because of the 80th anniversary, that's why we were able to bring these from the museum. We flew in with Steve Thorne, flight shop. So Lisa was in the front, I was behind her, and then Steve was kind of circling around behind us, doing comms with ATC. He had all the fancy avionics. These planes don't have anything. We have the required VFR day equipment. That is it. We got a compass you have to lean down to see. We have no navigational equipment whatsoever. We stuck our iPhones on top of the in-op attitude indicators and use those for navigation. The radios sort of work. The transponders the transponders work as well as they need to, but we had to get exemptions to go through the Class Charlie airspace and the Bravo shelf because we don't have ADS-B. So it was a lot of, these are just very, very basic day VFR, seat of the pants kind of airplanes. So it was really helpful to have a capable aircraft, a very modern aircraft with all the navigation equipment, because it is just such a challenging environment where there's so much traffic and we had to go around weather, we had to go, around complicated airspace.
So I was there as support. We've never really taken these airplanes very far. They both burn a quart of oil per hour. So I had to carry a case of oil for them and a spare tire and a bunch of parts for a tail wheel in case one of them had a problem on landing. We pretty much would not want to launch them for a trip like this without support. So we had them on standby with me doing the flight following, navigating, and well, Lisa did a great job leading. Honestly, I didn't need to help her get there. I have better avionics, but she did it. I was really just there managing ATC and the transponders for them.
It would have been possible without help, but it was much safer with Steve's involvement, so we were very grateful to him as well.
Canadian Aviation Museum in Windsor, Ontario, just across the river from Detroit. Come give us a visit. We'd love to see you. Come check out these aircraft in person. Come on down, check us out.
It's a way to support keeping these historic aircraft flying, because the more we're able to keep them flying, the more we're able to keep that part of aviation history alive. And that's really important to us at the museum.